Hello, 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 my friends, and welcome back to the Pleasure Priority Podcast. This week, I wanted to do an extension of kind of what we were talking about last week and how to process an emotion specifically. Last week, I did go over my specifics of hopelessness and how I process that emotion and how I let myself be with it and deal with it and allow it and not fight it, not resist it, all of those kinds of things. But I wanted to come back on and give another method of how you can process an emotion this week. So, what I'm about to say is not very life coachy up front. But it's a way that my brain really resonates with to process. So this way is to actually disassociate from the emotion. And when I say that, I don't mean disassociate from it in the terms of like, oh, that's not for me. I can't have that. I can't be that. I can't express that, or whatever the case may be. I mean, disassociate from it as a part of your identity. Even when it boils down to language, in the English language, we describe emotions as I am. So I am happy, I am sad, I am angry. And we really take it on as like part of our identity instead of something that's fleeting or something that, is impermanent, like all emotions are. And it can create this idea that we become that an emotion through and through instead of experiencing that emotion. So in other languages, it translates to I have happiness, I have sadness, I have excitement, or whatever it is, meaning it's not who you are, but it's something that you currently possess or have right now. It takes out the association with the emotion as who you are. It more alludes to something that you have. So language matters always, but instead of saying like, I am this, you can start saying, I have this, just to disassociate from that emotion as part of your full identity. Another way that I do this is that I think of the emotion as another part of me, but something that's separate from me, something that can be visiting or just came to say hello and give me some information, or whatever the case may be. So the other day I was experiencing sadness. And in true life coach, self-coaching fashion, I had to figure out why. I was asking myself, why do I feel like this? What's going on? What's the problem? How can I fix this? Let's do a model. Let's see, let's investigate, and all these things. And I was being not the kindest to myself. I was more interrogating sadness and thinking that it shouldn't be there, thinking that it was a problem that it was there, instead of being with sadness. So one way that I disassociate is I think of it as a separate entity. So sadness to me is like, if y'all have ever seen that Pixar movie, Inside Out, and it has all the emotions that are like in the control room of the brain, and they're all like separate entities. And when one is in control, it changes how the person, the little girl, like shows up. That's basically what I think about in my head too, that there are a bunch of little people who have their own ness, whether that be a specific emotion or personality trait, or whatever. All those people are running around in my head, deciding how I need to show up. And granted, I decide how I need to show up, but that's the analogy. So I look at sadness. moving with that movie. It's the little blue one. And I see her as separate from me. And when I see her as separate from me, it allows me to be kinder and more compassionate to that entity, and get curious about it. So when I was feeling this sadness, I just invited her to sit with me. And that was it. I was just like, hey, like, I know you're feeling sad. That's okay. We can just sit together. And that took so much pressure off. It took so much expectation off. It took me not trying to find a solution because I didn't see her as a problem. I just saw her as somebody who just needed to sit on the couch with me. So that's what we did. And as I just let that happen, she gave me some information. I was sad, and it wasn't something that I needed to push away. It was something that I needed to experience. Um, and just for context, at the time that this is being recorded, last week, my family had to make the decision to put one of my uncles into hospice. Um, he has cancer, or had cancer, and it had spread and become inoperable, and his organs were shutting down. And that was the best course of action to make sure that he was comfortable in his um, last days of his life. And at the same time, I had a cousin getting married. So very conflicting emotions of, sadness and happiness and excitement. And so I was already traveling the day that they decided to move him to hospice. And when I got back, I was trying to think about how I could see him. And honestly, that's not even 100% true. I was scared to see him. I was scared to see him like that, with tubes running in and out of him, with so much weight gone, with more hair loss, with all the things. I was honestly terrified of that. And talking to myself about, do I really want to go? Can I go? Is it bad if I don't go? Will I regret not going? And like kind of all this stuff. And I was asking myself all these questions ultimately to kind of avoid the sadness. I was more comfortable in the fear than the sad. And earlier this week, I woke up and I just felt that immense sadness. I felt it on my chest, um, which is why I decided to, instead of fix it or try to fix it, sit with it. Um, and and I just started crying. I just let it out, and I just let it take as much time as it needed to take. And I was just there for myself. I was thinking of my uncle. I was sending him all my love. I reconciled that seeing him in that state wasn't something that I truly wanted to do. I wanted to want it, but I didn't actually want it. And later that day, I found out that during that time that I was experiencing that level of sadness where I just let myself feel everything that came was actually during the time that he passed. And then another wave of sadness came over me, but really allowing myself to just be with it instead of judging myself for it, instead of trying to make myself get out of it, instead of telling myself I need to focus on other things, whether that be work or my clients or friends or my dog or just getting out of it. I just allowed myself to be in it. And this relates back to why language is so important, because it reminds you that these feelings are temporary. it's not that I am sadness. It's not that that's just who I am and how I identify. It's that I have sadness. I had sadness in that current moment. I had other emotions as well, but sadness is the one that needed that airtime. And by me sitting with her and allowing it and processing it and just being there, not trying to escape it, not trying to demonize it, not trying to problem solve it, just being there, um, is ultimately what allowed me to move through it. And that's why they have that saying, the best way out is through. So to really get out of it, you must move through it. And I just wanted to come on here and give you that little um, method of advice of processing emotions by disassociation. And again, this isn't believing that the emotion doesn't exist or can't affect you. This is removing it from a part of your identity to something that you are experiencing, something that is fleeting, something that's impermanent, and something that has a message for you. Because all emotions do, all emotions are information for your brain. All emotions are data collection. And that's the best way that evolution has decided to give us information is through emotion. The good, the bad, the ugly, they all have something to say. So when you stop and you listen, you can hear and you can learn. And for me, the message was stop trying to fix it. It's okay to be sad. I want to be sad right now. I want you to sit here and be sad with me. I want to be heard. I want to be acknowledged. I don't want to be swept under the rug. That's what my sadness was telling me in that moment. And I listened. And that's the lesson for y'all today. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.